Hello guys, welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to review two watches that I think are, first of all, an evolution one of the other in terms of collaborations from a jewelry store that it's located in California in the USA and that has done several collaborations with not only Zodiac but other brands. So they have limited editions that are made with them on several watches. So I really advise you guys, if you want to go have a look to Topper's Jewelry. They have also good discounts on some watches, and in particularly I had to get my hands on these two limited editions. So I was really lucky to get still one of the Rally Zodiacs, the Sea Wolves that they created with them a couple of years ago, and to get one of the new GMT silver, let's say silver Pepsi, Crystal, they call it Crystal, but people are calling it obviously Crystal Pepsi, related to the Crystal Pepsi beverage, which was transparent. So two interesting watches, different approaches of the same brand and of the same shape, obviously, of cases. So we have Zodiac. Zodiac has been releasing interesting vintage inspired on their own history watches for the last at least 4 to 5 years. They are they're actually becoming one of my favorite watch brands for the last 2 or 3 years, and I have a big collection of Zodiacs. Some of you know about. There are other videos that have some of my other pieces if you're interested, of the newest Zodiacs. Obviously, I'm not talking here about the vintage ones. I really appreciate the vintage ones, but they have become difficult to get, and also the price points are higher and higher and higher because of the hype that Zodiac is creating. The brand, it's owned by Fossil. So it's a brand owned by Fossil that actually Fossil has left independent in terms of management. Zodiac is also managed in a very, I can say, let's say, family-driven way. It's not that big brand that it's, pushing watches everywhere and has thousands and thousands of watches to be sold. Actually, it's a brand that it's very difficult to find. First of all, it's difficult to find a reseller. So that's the first point. And the second one is actually that even when you find a reseller, most of their watches are sold so quickly and produced in such a limited quantity that, especially the limited editions, obviously, but in general, they are every time sold out. But that's because they don't have a big amount of watches to be selling. So this is something interesting. For example, my dealer in Italy for Zodiacs, it's Grimoldi. You can go to their website also. They have a wide variety of Zodiacs, and I have found that having sellers of Zodiacs in Europe, for example, lets you sometimes find some colorations or models that you don't find in the Zodiac website or in other USA stores. So having a variety to choose from is definitely easier for you to find what you're looking for. And Topper's Jewelry is another excellent option if you are in the USA, but also abroad. I bought them from Italy. I ship it. It arrived perfectly, and even the taxes that I paid were lower than I was expecting, so it was not that high. So that's quite an interesting approach also for you to buy from Europe. I really advise you on that. Wherever the area, you can find a good dealer. And here you have two that are only found at Topper's Jewelry store. So contact them if you're curious. Maybe they have something that is not on their website. It says sold out, but maybe they have something more in their magazine. So just ask them. That's my advice. So anyway, going back to Zodiac and their watches. So they have been releasing very interesting watches for the last years, and the way Zodiac play with the colors, I think it's outstanding. And someone will come probably and tell me, oh, well, that's because they are trying to appeal to a newer clients or a broader, younger group of people? And my answer is actually no. That's not what they're looking for. And you will ask me why it's not. Maybe it's more appealing to have an orange watch at the moment by a younger person than the older one. And actually, this is not the case for Zodiac. Why? Because of one simple thing. These watches, they have not invented or reinvented the wheel. The colorations that they are using are based on their archives. So even the stoppers jewelry, Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi, and the Seawolf here, the Rally one, they are both taken from the archives of Zodiac. So these are watches that Zodiac actually produced during the 60s and the 70s. These colorations were already there, and that's the same with the watermelon, with the other models that they have been releasing. Not so much for the green Grimaldi. I think that actually was not one of their archives colorations, and so this is an interesting approach for a brand to revive what they had. There was a very dark period for Zodiac after they went into the fossil group, and this was before 2010, in which they were doing models that were very fossil-like. They were big, they were chunky, they were weird, and definitely they were not the Zodiac DNA. I really appreciate, and it seems it's thanks also to the toppers jewelry, that they went back to the classical vintage inspired Zodiacs and to improve what was their history and DNA. Why? Because actually the Rally collaboration was done between toppers jewelry and the Kiss batterist. And when they produced and made the agreement with Zodiac, they actually, at the time, Zodiac was not making all these vintage watches as they are now. Actually, the first collaboration, which was before this Rally one, because they have done a couple of them. And after that, Zodiac, I think, understood better that they needed to go back to the roots. So for me, this is great because I am into the new old Zodiac. Seawolves, Super Seawolf, and all the iterations, the Skin Diver, all the iterations that they are bringing on. So anyway, let's go back to these beautiful limited editions. You have the Rally one, as I say, it's a couple of years back model. Okay, guys, so first of all, I have done something that usually I don't do. The bracelet that you are seeing here on the Rally one, and that's the other nice thing about Zodiac, that all their bracelets are interchangeable. I have exchanged with the one you see in the limited edition Crystal Pepsi. Why? Because it's just a switch. So put the Jubilee back on the Seawolf and this kind of oyster-inspired bracelet back into the Crystal Pepsi, which I think is quite unique, by the way. And you have the correct bracelets. Why did I did this change? It's just something that I have, that the GMTs, I like it more on a Jubilee. So I did the change, and I think it actually works, and it works really well. I really like the Jubilee that Zodiac is producing in terms of quality and everything, texture. And I think it fits better in the GMT than in the Seawolf. The interesting thing is that all the Zodiac GMTs at the moment come with this bracelet. I don't know why Zodiac has chosen this, probably to give them a DNA. And at the other side, you have a lot of Seawolves that come with this type of Jubilee. So, I don't know. I think the change really works. The other good thing about this is a 2021, obviously, watch from Zodiac, is that Zodiac has introduced a quick release system for the bracelet. And as you can see, it's very easy. You have two buttons here that you can push, and the bracelet just comes off. So I wanted to show you these, guys, because this is, I think, a very versatile watch. I have here a bracelet that it's more rubber and diver style. And I'm thinking on probably using on this Zodiac. and actually I think it works. So maybe when the days are going to start becoming hotter, I will probably switch the bands with this really nice uh, vintage inspired rubber bracelet strap that I think works very well with the yellow and gives a little bit of color. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So let's go back to the Seawolf. As I was saying, it's a limited edition of, in this case, 82. Guys, this is our 82 watches made, not more nor less. So this, only 82 other people and Topper Jewelry have this watch apart from me. And I think that's also into the feeling special kind of vibe that Zodiac is giving to you in this limited edition. So this one you can only buy from them, and having only 82 definitely puts you in a very good way. Price points, Zodiacs are around a little bit under 1,000 and up to $1,800, euros, depending on where you are, depending on the model. The new GMTs are around 1,600-700. So that's a price point that I think it's affordable and acceptable for the quality that you are receiving from them. That's okay. I really think that's okay. And if you manage to get a discount of 20% on these watches, then it becomes an excellent buy. Reappreciation, reselling of them, if you need the money back, you will probably lose around 5%, not more. So that's also a very good option in terms of watches. As you know, it's a nice investment to have watches, and especially to have watches that don't lose their value. Zodiac don't lose their value that easy. And I think this is very, very interesting. Actually, the vintage ones have gained a lot of value. If you go into brands like Tissot or even Hamilton, you are just putting your money into a drain. This is what I really believe. Sorry guys for the ones of you that love the Swatch Group lower brands. I think they have very nice options. I think they have nice quality, and they are bringing nice, even the latest Hamilton Jazzmaster chronograph, vintage inspired. I think it's beautiful. It's an excellent watch. Is it worth $2,000? I don't think so. The mechanism is a good mechanism, and definitely it's worth over 1,000. The problem with these watches is that they are mass produced. They are using all the ETA movements that Swatch Group is owner of, and the price after you buy one of these, it's not that good in the aftermarket. And particularly that's probably related because you will find several outlets from the Swatch Group that will sell these watches at 70-80% discount. So, well, that's it. That's my opinion on those brands that sometimes are an option compared to a Zodiac. Guys, go for a Zodiac. This is a unique piece. You will not regret it. So, GMT, beautiful executed. The silver dial is fantastic. I love it. It's a touch of color. The blue and the red that they have used on the bezel, and it's also a synthetic in this hexalite. I think it's an hexalite bezel. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. Don't kill me on this. I don't remember right now. And as you know, my videos, I don't write a script. It's just a chat between you and me and what I remember or not remember. Sapphire crystal, obviously, GMT hand. The color I think is fantastic. Also the one of the vessel. And as I say, it gives you those bright points of blue and red that are really, really nice. In this case, the Jubilee presents itself with a clasp that it's a butterfly clasp. It wears really well, and as you can see, it's a topper limited edition in the back, and in this case also a limited production of 182. So there are only 182 of these watches. If you're interested, you only can do contact toppers, and they can probably hook you onto one of these beautiful GMTs. As all the Seawolf inspired watches that Zodiac has, I think the 40 millimeters of their case, and they just were perfect. perfect for an 18.5 centimeters wrist like mine. It's the perfect measure. It's not too small to seem so vintage. It's not too big. And they were really, really nice on the wrist. So I think it's an excellent option. What else we can say about the GMTs? They have released also another war timer, which I was interested on, the Zodiac brand. They were releasing it right now, but in Italy we had them already in Grimoldi's. They released it on their website almost for the sale, and they realized that they committed a mistake in the bezel. So all these watches were called back, and they are at the moment being called back by Zodiac. And as far as I spot, the mistake that they committed, and I saw that straight away, is how they wrote Singapore. So you have all the cities on the bezel and they wrote Singapore. Very weird mistake that they committed there. Probably someone just lost their jobs. Really sorry for that guy, but they are recalling now the watches, obviously, because you probably have all the Singaporeans very angry at this point. It's also really weird to have a world timer with many cities that doesn't include cities like Rome, for example, which is important in Europe, or Lima, which is a nice also time zone in South America, apart from home of the Incas. So anyway, guys, this is just my opinions, me having a chat with you, and I hope you really like this video. And if you like them, please subscribe, and see you on the next one. So until then, take care. Bye bye.